Hi everyone, this video is just to give you a quick overview of how the controls work for GoToWebinar. So you should be able to see on screen now, on the right hand side, the GoToWebinar panel. There's a bunch of different things here. The first thing that you'll notice is that the attendees are still on hold. Before we can even start the broadcast for the event, we'll have to hit the start broadcast button. This begins as being on hold for a couple of reasons. We don't want to just have a bunch of people milling about and all kinds of voices and talking and whatever, but you also need time to click over here onto staff and then right click on the list of people that would be here and choose the presenter, the panelists, the organizers if we're going to have more than one. So that's down in the attendee box. I'm going to just close that up. And you'll see a couple of other things here. Start recording. We need to start the recording of the screen share and the audio so that we can have this for later. So right now we have everybody, like it said, in listen only mode. If I go back down here to the audience, attendees, there's a mute all button here, so I can click mute all. You also have this icon here that shows you if people have raised their hand to ask a question and you've responded to or let them speak, then you'll want to put their hands back down. So you have this hands down option here. I'm going to close this again. We'll just kind of run through all these different things. The little arrow here hides everything, so we don't have to look at it. I want to actually show my screen and put up a document. Now, if you notice down here in the audience view box, you can see what they're actually seeing, which kind of comes in handy if you start roaming around to check that once in a while, make sure that you're actually displaying what you want your attendees to see. In the box right above that, you have a dashboard view, so it's showing you how many people are here, how many are actually paying attention. If I, on my other screen, go off and look at something else, it should update the attentiveness of the people who are looking. Right now, nobody's asked any questions. There's no hands raised. We have 2 polls that are possible. So one of the nice things about this is that you can schedule a poll during any of the events. So from the polls box, you just come over here and you say, which one of these do I want? What's my name? So it'll show you the question, the possible answers, and then you hit launch. While the event is going on, then the attendees have this opportunity to then go ahead and answer the question. And you can also close this at any time. So poignant parts of the conversation, you can have, the question, how many of you have actually tried a paleo diet? You could leave the question up for a few minutes and then close it. Once it's closed, then you have the option to share the results. So however many people answer it, the results will show up. You also have questions that can be asked and answered. So if you can send this to everyone or send it privately. So if somebody has a question, you have the option to speak just to one person, or you can send a question to the entire audience. All of this is collected data, so at the end, when you analyze the webinar, you can go in and you can see in the report, I asked, what's my name, and 57 people responded, and here's all their responses. So this is all information that we can then track back, use for follow-up conversations with everybody. Results-oriented conversations after an event are always very successful. You also have audio control buttons here, so you can see I'm on mic and speakers, but you also have the option for using telephone. There's all kinds of ways you can edit these sort of things. Play the on-hold beat. It's been playing the whole time I've been talking. I could have just unchecked this and you wouldn't hear that anymore. Over here on the little widgety tools, you have a mute button. Obviously, no one can see me on my webcam right now because it's not on, so I could click this and turn it on. People are currently seeing my screen. I can stop that temporarily or permanently with any of these three buttons. You can also, I don't think I'm showing up, oh wait, I am in the attendee. I can right click at any time during any presentation on an attendee and make them a presenter, a panelist, or an organizer, allow for drawing and pen colors to be changed. So it may be that somebody, you know, in a smaller group, when you're doing your one-on-one or your weekly Q&As, you may actually want to allow somebody to present something temporarily. So you can temporarily make somebody else the presenter, and then you would right click on it again and then take back presentation. This is the tools button so that you can use a highlighter to say I want to highlight. I'm not very good at drawing. Highlight personal paleo health mastery program. I can click on it again and choose something like spotlight. So it makes it easier to direct the attention of the people when you're doing a screen share. You can also do something like adding arrows. There's lots of little things that you can do there, and basically you really just need to get in and try each and everything and see which one suits you best. Go back to a normal pen. Again, you do have that mute all or unmute everyone if you want to let everybody start talking. And you can also individually unmute people just by clicking on them. So now I can click it back, and now she's muted again. Most of the time, the little dashboard is going to be the place that you kind of look for instant answers. You're going to have 200 people in an event. It's going to be hard to notice when somebody's got their hand raised. But if you look right here, it tells you the number of people with their hand raised. And you can click on this, and it'll open the attendee box. So if I have this closed, and then I click on it, it opens the attendee box. Now, I don't actually have my hand raised, but let's see if I can. So now see that my hand's raised. So I have a question, and now you can unmute me and let me talk, or go into the chat and type a message in here to me. You do have to make sure that you click that drop down and say, do I want to chat to the entire audience or send a question? Well, excuse me, I did that wrong. The chat is for the entire audience or a question for the staff. If you want to question just the person who had their hand up, you would do it here with the questions and then say send privately. So those are just some of the basics. I thought it might be good to, oh, and again, you have change presenter here. So if during the event you wanted to change maybe between, if you're doing a group thing, you know, Kelsey and Chris and John are all working together, you may want to at some point change who's presenting. And right now it's grayed out because there isn't anybody available to do it because I only have just the one I can make for a presenter. And now it's going to allow me to do change presenter. So I'm going to take it back. And it's asking me again to show my screen. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there should be a little yellow line around the edge of the screen that's showing you which screen is being shared. I actually have two monitors, and typically it will choose the one that this little gray box is already in when it starts, but you do have the option to, on the drop down, choose screen monitor 1, and you see it gets a little fuzzy, or I can switch it to monitor 2. I'm going to send over with the video also this document that I have open, because there's a lot of cheat sheets and notes on here. This is right from GoToWebinar, so this is a great little thing to have just in case. Usually when I'm using GoToWebinar for any kind of a big event, I keep this open on the side as well, just to be sure I have handy any questions that might occur. So there you go, just a little brief overview in case for some reason we can't get together. Bye.